Good afternoon. My name is Kalabhan Chandramma and my ID number is 2021-1346. This is the work in progress video for the coursework 2 of Advanced Interactive Media Development. As an improvement, as the progress of from the coursework 1, I improved the textures of the uh, substation and the cafe model, and I organized the scene with by organizing the objects from the scene based on their categories, and I improved the lighting system of the substation. Then I added UI models, UI for the dyna handle and dyna stats to manage the delivery and dyna dynas of the game system. And I improved the timeline, which had some issues with the foot placement of the main character Reed walking, which will play in the beginning of the game as a cutscene. And I utilized the iPad object I got from the tutorial as which will be used as a in-game object which handles the UI of the Dyna system, which is required for the coursework. And I implemented a separate full screen UI system with the iPad object, which which is important for the game with evidence and suspect and location nodes for the importance of the game which carries the story. Uh, and I used I implemented this code for handling the handling the inbuilt in-game object of the iPad, which handles the Dyna handle Dyna handle UI and Dyna status UI. It has a it has two main buttons, which has Dyna status button and Dyna handle button, which toggles the respective screens of these buttons in the iPad, and there's a back button for the initial iPad home screen, which has the time and date of the current which has current time and date. Uh, and I implemented this code line for managing the interactive UI, is used as a which is used for the in storyline of the game.
The next downtown local 6 train to Brooklyn Bridge City Hall will arrive in 2 minutes.
I used F1 button to toggle the active and inactive state of the in-game iPad object, which will show the current date and time. It has two buttons for the dyna states button, which is used for the handle the diners of the cafe, which is required in the coursework as it in the last tutorial. It F1 is used to toggle the visuality of the in-game iPad. F2 is for the visuality of the in UI controls, and F3 is for the full screen iPad interaction mode, which has four panels: evidence panel, which is used as a evidence managing system for the main character. and suspect panel, which will used to manage the NPCs
The
as
next downtown local
suspects for the
6
story,
train to
and
Brooklyn
nodes which
Bridge
will
City Hall
manage
will
the
arrive
nodes
in
which the main
2
character
minutes.
gets along with the story as it progresses, and locations which will have the locations of the NPCs and hints in this entire map, and F3 will use to toggle the visuality of the full screen iPad interaction model. And I already implemented the interactive subway station in the Gosok 1 itself, which will have a live mimicking of the train movements as the announcement plays when the train arrives and train leaves.
The next downtown local 6 train to Brooklyn Bridge City Hall will arrive in 2 minutes.
This UI will handle the diners with the diner index and delivery time and eat timer as it requested in the coursework from the last tutorial. And there's another UI to uh, pick up the three available foods, burger, pizza, and cocktail from the cafe. I added some uh, extra objects to mimic the real world cafe, such as cups and laptops and some tables with two NPCs to sit on. I'm planning to add some interactive elements like dance floor or some extra activities in this area. So the game world will feel like more interactive and more live, alive. And I need to improve some lighting of the ceiling to be
The next
more
downtown
immersive.
local 6 train to Brooklyn Bridge City Hall will
And
arrive in 2 minutes.
some NPCs to work in the subway station. Uh, in the Visual Script, I I implemented the iPad active and inactive state toggle system in the Visual Script and the joystick UI in the Visual Script, also in the Visual Script, and custom node for the time which I made from Unity's time and date time function with the C# code in Visual Script, and iPad interactive state which has the time date time UI panel in the in-game object in the Visual Script itself. Uh, I need to add some more NPCs who can walk around this subway station to mimic the real world subway in the coursework 2 as per for the work, and add some lightning and optimize the performance to not have some not have a glitches it may occur from this map. And thank you.